The restrictions for Mary and Brandan were established by Mary's grandparents in this week's episode of 90 Day Fiance. The other way, at the airport, the two adults promptly transgressed a few of these guidelines. They had every right to. Fans were left to worry if Mary and Brandan had broken any other rules after reading some previous 90-day spoilers about them. Is Mary actually already pregnant? Mary, Rosa and Brandan de Nuccio made up in the third episode of Season 5 of 90 Day Fiancé. The other way, recall that she had broken up with him when he was en route to the Philippines. Why? Because a woman was seated next to him by the airline. Mary reassured her grandparents that Brandan's crazy fights are normal. And they then discussed his impending move with her. They warned her not to have sex with him. It goes without saying that she is not to be told what to do with her own body. However, one may see this as merely a discussion of the Catholic stance on extramarital sex. The devoted Catholic Mary is. Things then became much stranger. Mary was informed that before he can hug you or hold your hand, he would need to get them permission. This was stated by her grandparents, Dionisio and Lucia, and no kissing, of course. That is not a sophisticated discussion on the teachings of the Catholic faith between Catholics. That is a completely different matter. We have frequently talked about the distinction between cultural and moral differences, such as what is appropriate to wear, consume, and speak. Regardless of society, there is never a justification for claiming power over another person's body. She acknowledged that she wouldn't tell him immediately away to the confessional camera, though. Considering that she wanted their first encounter to feel natural, Mary and Brandan immediately embraced. They were finally meeting after years of their weird, surveillance-focused affair. They made love. Mary even ordered him to remove her disguise. Her sibling acknowledged to the camera that he largely comprehended. After all, this is their special moment. Of course, not every season is completely predictable. In one particular episode of Jordan, the pair lied they had never had sex in order to shield the man from potential familial repercussions. Despite this, we do know that they were married. At the time, the pictures were posted on Facebook by Brandan's mother, Angela Stiggins. On the algorithmic horror app TikTok, a user going by the handle Kubi claimed to be linked. My cousins, Angie and Brandan, remarked, "I can't wait to see how this plays out when it comes to Mary." Kubi said that they're still together and expecting a baby. Mary really is a very kind person, I must say. According to reports, Brandan denied knowing Kubi. Additionally, social media activity reveals comments exchanged between Kubi and Brandan's mother. Therefore, even if Brandan is, wisely, not confirming them, there do appear to be familial ties. The only other supporting information comes from some purported Mary hints about briefly streaming the top of her tummy. That is not evidence. But it is evidence, just as Kubi's assertions. The same goes for Brandan's mother, who recently shared on social media how much she is looking forward to seeing her future grandchild, albeit it may not be Brandan and Mary's. After all, the likelihood that Mary is pregnant is fairly high. We are unsure if she and Brandan chose to follow Catholic etiquette when trying to conceive. In either case, it's up to them to decide.